Whispers of the Forgotten. In the heart of bustling New York City, beneath the relentless hum of traffic and the ceaseless chatter of pedestrians, a young man named Ethan Walker found himself ensnared in the throes of indecision. Fresh out of college, with a degree in journalism clutched tightly in his grasp, he stood at the precipice of his future, staring into the abyss of uncertainty. The city, with its towering skyscrapers and endless opportunities, seemed to mock his hesitation. Each day, he wandered the streets, his mind a labyrinth of possibilities, yet none offering a clear path forward. One crisp autumn afternoon, as the golden hues of the setting sun bathed the city in a warm glow, Ethan received a call that would alter the course of his life. His grandmother, Eleanor, a woman of 85 years with a spirit undiminished by time, invited him to visit her ancestral home in the quaint town of Ravenswood. The invitation was unexpected, yet the weariness in her voice stirred a sense of urgency within him. Seeking solace from the cacophony of the city and the turmoil within his mind, Ethan packed a bag and boarded the next train to the countryside. Ravenswood was a stark contrast to the urban jungle Ethan was accustomed to. The town exuded an old-world charm, with cobblestone streets lined with ancient oak trees, their leaves whispering secrets of bygone eras. As he approached his grandmother's Victorian-era mansion, a sense of nostalgia washed over him. The house stood as a sentinel of history, its ivy-clad walls and ornate gables reminiscent of a time when life moved at a gentler pace. Eleanor greeted him at the door, her eyes twinkling with a mixture of joy and melancholy. Her once raven-black hair had surrendered to the silver strands of age, yet her posture remained erect, a testament to her indomitable will. She embraced Ethan warmly, her frail arms belying the strength of her spirit. "Welcome home, dear," she whispered, her voice a soothing balm to his restless soul. As the evening shadows lengthened, casting elongated silhouettes across the parlor, Eleanor led Ethan to the attic, a place shrouded in mystery and dust, untouched for decades. The air was thick with the scent of aged paper and memories long forgotten. In the dim light, Ethan's gaze fell upon an old, leather-bound notebook resting atop a wooden chest, its cover embossed with intricate patterns. "This belonged to your grandfather," Eleanor murmured, her fingers tracing the delicate designs. "He documented his thoughts, his struggles, and the choices that shaped our family's destiny." Ethan's heart quickened as he opened the notebook, the yellowed pages crackling softly. The handwriting was elegant, each stroke imbued with emotion. As he delved into the entries, he was transported to a time when his grandfather, Thomas Walker, faced adversities that mirrored his own. Thomas had been a man of ambition, a dreamer with a passion for storytelling. In the 1950s, he worked as a journalist for a prominent newspaper, his articles shedding light on societal injustices. However, his career was marred by a moral dilemma when he uncovered a scandal implicating powerful figures. Publishing the truth meant endangering his family, while silence would betray his principles. Ethan's eyes widened as he read about the clandestine meetings, the threats veiled in polite conversation, and the sleepless nights that plagued his grandfather. Thomas's words resonated deeply, echoing Ethan's own fears and uncertainties. As the clock struck midnight, Eleanor placed a gentle hand on Ethan's shoulder. "Your grandfather was a man of integrity," she said softly. "He chose the path of truth, despite the perils. It wasn't an easy decision, but it defined who he was." Ethan nodded, absorbing the gravity of her words. The weight of his own indecision seemed to lighten, clarity piercing through the fog of doubt. In the days that followed, Ethan immersed himself in the stories of his grandfather, each page a testament to resilience and courage. He learned of the sacrifices made, the relationships forged and tested, and the unwavering commitment to one's values. One evening, as the first snowflakes of winter began to fall, Ethan sat by the fireplace, the warmth contrasting the chill in the air. Eleanor joined him, her hands cradling a cup of chamomile tea. "Grandma," Ethan began, his voice tinged with hesitation, "how did you cope with the challenges?" Supporting Grandpa through such tumultuous times must have been daunting. Eleanor smiled wistfully, her gaze distant, as if peering into the past. "Love, my dear," she replied. "Love is the anchor that holds us steady amidst the storm. Your grandfather and I faced many trials, but our bond was our sanctuary. We drew strength from each other." Ethan pondered her words, realizing that his journey wasn't one he had to undertake alone. The support of loved ones, the wisdom of those who came before, and the courage to stay true to oneself were the pillars upon which he could build his future. As winter tightened its grip on Ravenswood, Ethan made a decision. He would honor his grandfather's legacy by pursuing investigative journalism, shedding light on truths that others sought to conceal. The path was fraught with challenges, but he was no longer paralyzed by fear. With Eleanor's blessing, he returned to New York City, his purpose renewed. He secured a position at a reputable newspaper, his articles echoing the tenacity and integrity of his grandfather. Each story he penned was a tribute to the lessons etched in that old notebook, a bridge connecting the past to the present. Years later, as the first signs of spring breathed life into the city, Ethan received a letter bearing the Ravenswood seal. Eleanor had passed peacefully in her sleep, her journey on this earth complete. Grief enveloped him, but so did gratitude for the time they shared and the wisdom she imparted. Returning to Ravenswood for the funeral, Ethan stood before the ancestral home, memories cascading like the blossoms of the cherry trees lining the path. In the attic, he found the notebook, its pages now a cherished heirloom. As he traced the familiar handwriting, a sense of peace settled within him. The legacy of his grandparents was not just in the words penned on those pages, but in the love, courage, and resilience they embodied. Ethan vowed to continue their story, to live a life of purpose and integrity, and to pass on the lessons to future generations. The whispers of the forgotten had become his guiding light, illuminating the path ahead. And so, in the tapestry of time, the threads of mystery, romance, horror, inspiration, fantasy, and reality wove together, creating a narrative that transcended generations, a testament to the enduring power of love and the indomitable human spirit.
Whispering echoes.